Alright, let me play another game before I get overly distracted. I don't have any games I have left in me today. So sleepy. Alright, play another one. Eat a mint. Why not? Alright, we are white. Now, I will play e4 to mix it up. Yes, I've heard that too busy. I'm not quite sure how accurate that is, as much as people think it is. Alright, e4, e5. I don't usually play e4 as white, personally, but somebody asked me earlier if I could play e4, so I will. Okay, mix it in here and there. Probably when we start getting into Sicilian left, right, and center, when I get to like 1500, 2000, I probably will stop playing e4 as much. Or I will use that as an excuse to learn more Sicilian lines. Alright, so we're going to go for a Ruy Lopez. A6 maybe. They may develop their bishop, they may go nice. Okay, so they're going to go for this. So it's a6, bishop b4. Now bishop a4. A lot of the times b5. Then you just bring it back. So we'll see what they want to do. And that will go back. Kind of standard book moves. Have to use calories to use a brain. Yes, I mean, true. Alright, I am going to castle. Or sometimes when you see a bishop here, you can consider something like c3, d4, but I don't think it's good here. Because c3, like knight c6, d4, they don't have time to take this. Takes, and then it's 1, 2, depending by a couple of things. I probably will actually just do this. There's also potentially d4 right away, right? d4, no, I don't think so. I'm going to probably just castle. I don't remember the theory here already. No, I will actually go I'm going to go c3. It may not be correct. Why am I going c3 then if I'm not sure if it's correct? Because I want to give myself a square for this. You know, I'm not going to. I'm just going to castle. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to act like I know all the theories when that's not the goal of this. The goal of this is to show people you don't need to know all the theories. But now I do want to play c3, not because it's necessarily just tuck the bishop in, because I want to prepare d4. Why do I want to allow potentially losing this pawn here if they develop a certain way? Because if for some reason this pawn is taken by the queen, it will be pinned, for example. So that is something I'm considering. Do I go here straight away? I may even go d4 right now. d4, if e takes d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, bad. d4 if takes, and I takes, no, that just blunders a piece immediately. Sorry, I am in need of a good rest. Okay, I will just start with c3. Anywho. Alright. So knight c6, knight f6, sorry, attacking my pawn. Do I need to defend this right away? I would argue no, I do not, and I can probably continue with my plan, because after d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop d4, queen d4, I will be totally fine. And then at the end, if they take this, I can pin it. I may be missing something here, honestly, but I will continue with my plan. And even if I blunder a pawn in the openings here, I think it's also worthwhile people seeing that you don't have to just give up on a game if you just suddenly blunder. So I am willing to be miscalculating. Alexander, this is my speedrun, slow run account. Whatever we want to call it. Now, here there's also this option too, which would be more tricky, because if I go e5 right away, 95, 95, if they take with the queen, I may have rook e1. I should probably disable these for the slow run, actually. I might do that. I might do that later with the channel points. I don't want it to be too overly distracting when these are on the YouTube videos. I was going to do that and I forgot. So my initial idea was actually just c takes d4. Because, yeah, c takes d4, they have to move the bishop. And then I probably have d5. So, you know what, let's not overcomplicate things. Let's stick with my original intention. Just take. Try my dog? No, I don't have a dog. I have 2 cats, though. Now, both of these, like, if we look at this visually, too, this feels nice for white. It's not only it's nice, but I have 2 central pawns. They have none currently in the center, and I have 2 pawn pushes too, both of which are probably pretty good. I could develop my pieces, but let's just think about it just for a split second. If I push my d pawn, Alright, d5. Knight a5. Alright, they're attacking this. Maybe that's good for them, maybe it's not. Drop back and have some pressure on h7. I could also push my e-pawn. That kind of seems nice. Push my e-pawn. They might go knight g4, but then what is their knight doing? Let me just decide real quick. I might go bishop g5, castles, and then this would win a piece. And if I go bishop g5 and they go h6 right away, I could consider taking it. I'm not sure. I'm just going to develop a piece. I don't want to overcalculate again. Only thing I have to think about is bishop g5, knight e4, rook e1 doesn't actually work. So you know what? Let me start with this. Why not? Yes, Boozy, I have two cats, two kitty cats. And sorry, Boozy, a pin versus a fork. A pin is, I feel like I showed last time where a pin is usually like a bishop, then like a rook, and then like a king behind it. Whereas a fork is like a knight is attacking this square and this square. So if there was a piece over here and a piece over there, that would be forking it, for example. Or you can fork with the rook as well. But I can explain after the game if you'd like. All right. Bishop fork too. Like this would be a bishop fork if I put the bishop there. You know, if this pawn wasn't there, this would be winning a piece. So they've jumped into e4. That's a bit weird. I think they probably should have gone back maybe because I'm not quite sure. This is probably going to be targetable. In fact, I mean, I can probably go here right away, honestly. So I would normally consider something like knight c3. I don't know if knight c3 is good. What are the pros and cons? Knight c3, if they take, they very likely will because this knight's in an iffy spot. Knight c3, b takes c3, and then my d pawn is kind of more solid. I wouldn't go here, but is there a way I can get rid of this? Probably. I can probably induce a weakness here. Thank you for following, Astrid. So I'm probably going to go rook e1. Simply because they have to probably go f5, which then I can go en croissant. Or they will likely go d5. Let me just see what they do. I'm just going to act on the fact that this may or may not be the best move, but this knight cannot go here because they lose it. They have to probably push this or do something else random. So we'll see. We'll see what they get up to. So, as I assumed, the thing is, after I take back en croissant, they actually cannot recapture with the knight, which is maybe what they were considering, because of the fact that this knight is pinned to the queen is pinned here with the rook. The rook is pinning the knight to the queen. Pros and cons, actually. So I'm actually winning a piece here, by the way. I've just realized I'm winning a piece. So I could go like this, and then maybe they take back with the queen, right? If that happens, you know, regardless, I'm winning a knight. I'm just deciding whether I want to do it this way, en croissant, take back, take the knight. No, actually, I'm not winning either way. I'm going to simply capture. This is my original idea earlier that I was talking about, where a bishop here would win a piece if there was nothing defending here. So they're trying to do this. They're actually now losing two pieces. Why are they losing two pieces? Because after I take this one, this comes with check, and then I actually come back. Then this is defended. So, I mean, it's already defended, but take with check. Would I take this rook? No, I would not take this rook. Why not? Because a full piece is better than an exchange. In this case, actually, this is even better though, because I can take a full rook. But then I have to calculate one thing, and I'll just do this quickly because I'm running out of time. If I take on a8, a castle, no, it's actually take on a8, and then they push c6. I am still winning that knight. So you know what? I'm going to take anyway. Full rook. Now I'm considering taking the knight on e4. They didn't try c6, which I think would have been a better try maybe. Now I'm actually taking the full knight as well. So sometimes the order of what you capture and which piece when there is a free piece does also matter. So we will see. But this is obviously, you know, very winning. Alright, what do I have to do here when they attack my pawn? They go c5. Well, I don't actually have to do anything. I'm definitely 50-50 would I take that pawn. I don't think I would take that pawn, and the main reasons are, like, why even allow them to have any pressure here? Would I push it? Probably. It would take away the bishop from c6. I mean, yeah, I don't see any reason not to just push this simply. JJ. That's alright. They'll get their elos back. And here, unfortunately, they actually walk into another tactic. When a pawn is moving forward, it's pretty natural to think about what happens here if you just continue pushing forward. So this is, yes, unfortunately blundered. Another piece. I had to kind of go back or take or something. But yes, this is pretty hard to play. Yes, Piccolo, but mine is for educational purposes, not just because being sadistic. You like having the good, you like just crushing their souls. Now, I will take with the pawn, and then I will be threatening another tactic. We'll see what they do. So if they go here, for example, it will be also kind of a good knight. All right. Now let's induce a weakness. It's really not necessary at this stage. I'm just gonna play this one a little bit quicker now. It's pretty winning at this stage. Here, I may as well just chuck this in. To be honest, I can consider taking. No, there's no reason to take. No reason to take. I think I'm just gonna go here. It's just winning. You know, no surprises. And I'll just defend the pawn. Drop back. I will go back. I will likely put this rook on e7 if given the chance. There's only one thing that I need to do here to make sure that there's no chances, which is making myself some luft at some stage. Do I need to do it here? Probably not right here. Why? Because I just really don't see anything getting to my back rank here. This would be a nice move, but you know what? I'm just going to develop another piece because I can, and I have another piece to develop. If the bishop comes here, I'll probably just take it. I'm just going to bring the rook in now. I'll play a little quicker because yes, it's pretty just hard for them to play. Slow as a snail, bro. What is your rating, Astrid? I'm going to go queen e1. Also, if you think I'm going to lose this game in 45 seconds, you are mistaken. Not this position, sir. You are not 2800 rapid. Get out of here. Astrid. I'm going to bring another piece in. Just going to fork these guys. Did I have a free queen? I probably did. I'm pretty tired. I will likely miss a lot of things. They can take this if they want to, but I'll just take. Then I'll still take one of these. So this is just obviously super duper duper winning. That is a checkmate, and I will gladly take it. Alright. Let me see. Let's see. So this is all standard kind of theory. I feel like a lot of people probably start off like this was one of the first openings I looked at was the Ruy Lopez when I started playing. This is very popular. Now, not everybody plays into it. Definitely as the ratings get higher. C3 I'm pretty sure is the move here anyway straight away, but I decided not to play it because I think it's more useful for people just to castle and get safe. He's been ducking you. Oh man. Can't catch them all. Yes, queen e7, bit of a strange move considering they hadn't finished developing the other pieces yet. You don't want to get the queen out for no reason straight away. It's also not doing anything particularly useful. Maybe they were trying to defend e5, I believe. That might have been it. But it's already defended by the knight at the moment. And then even c6, for example, c6, bishop g4 makes more sense. Anyway, pretty simple. I'm just preparing exactly what I did. Just push d4. Now, once again, they have to move. Continue marching forward. Yes, simply targeting this. This would have been also probably just a free piece, I think, because after this, I don't know what they do. Yeah, I think they have to go back. and then I just take. So I think it was just a free piece if I went there. Am I not mistaken? Yes, free piece after f5. Oh wait, no, I go back. Oh yeah, sorry, but then they can't actually take because of rook e1. And then they have to basically trade. You might think, oh, they can block. Well, if they block this way, I just take again. If they block this way, I also take. So they pretty much have to take the rook with the queen, I believe. Anyway, I just thought at this rating, you don't need to be calculating any complex tactics. Just develop, play solid, try not to blunder. Sometimes when we calculate, we don't calculate correctly, and that's where we go wrong. So yes, here they go d5, and that is a blunder because I get to. This is a fork, since we were just talking about that before. Boozy. So I'm forking now, even though it's a bishop, I'm bishop. The bishop is attacking both this guy and this guy at the same time. Bam, bam. Two pieces being attacked by my bishop. And then pretty much I chose this one. So I'm not sure if anybody was thinking that I should have taken this one first. It looks tempting, just like take this guy. There's two reasons why I wouldn't have gone for this guy. One, because even if it wasn't a check, this guy is not going anywhere anytime soon. However, in this case, the other main reason is this is a check. So when I take with check, I then have the option to take this one afterwards. So pretty much exactly what I explained during the game. So I take with check, they cannot move this knight still not going anywhere. And same thing here. I am not taking this because I don't need to yet. It's still not going anywhere. And the worst case scenario, basically after what I did in the game, is I thought maybe they try to win it somehow like this. You know, then I just take. I mean, honestly, very hard for them to recover after this point. Yes, and I take again. All gone. And here, I don't need to take this and allow them to have pressure on f2. Am I going to blunder f2? It's very unlikely. Do I need to let them have any chance? No. So I pushed. Here, same thing. Just, yes, pushing pawns sometimes works. Yes, bishop g5. I was kind of just hoping they were going to play f6, even though it is the best move. It just allows me to attack more stuff. Now, Pepu said I missed a free queen, but I'm not sure where. Anyway, I went back there, bringing the knights in. So at this stage, a lot of people do kind of blunder. They try to use the pieces they already have out, and they try to wonder, where can I put these pieces that are already here? Do I attack this? Do I go there somewhere? I don't know. Do I do something with this knight? And they forget they have other pieces. So I still have this rook, and this, and the queen, and this knight. So I'm super winning. There's no rush. Bring in another piece. That's what I did. Brought the rook in first. Oh yeah, I missed a free queen. I'm so tired, dude. The thing is, it's so crushing that I bet you this is not even a bad move. Look at this, bro. What can they do? The eval barely even changed. 9.4. Forget to take the free queen. 9.1. I am that tired where I didn't even realize I missed a free queen. That is hilarious. But you know what? I don't mind it. But yes, people, if you see a free queen, probably take the free queen. Don't be like me. I'm not sure why they tried to give me the queen. But all right. Yes, here as well. Would have also been so winning to do this. But I'm just trying to show what happens when you just apply a lot of pressure. So here, I mean, if they take, I take, and then when they move the queen, I then continue to take this and threaten at this. So, bam, checkmate. Simples. I think I can say that about 1500. Up until 1500, about them ducking Pickler. Yes, Pickler is pretty damn strong. Most of the time you need someone to verbally explain it to get it. Fair enough, Busy, fair enough. I'm kind of the same with a lot of stuff, actually. When you're tired, that's when you get better. I think it's probably harder for the brain to kind of absorb certain things when you're tired. But I have heard something about like hearing stuff before, yes, learning things before bed can sometimes help you absorb. But I think like being in this constant state of tired, it's pretty rough. Thinking about developing and stuff. Oh yes, just developing. Yes, I agree. I think most people, you just develop, don't blunder. People will be surprised probably what they can get to. It's not always the case if developing into somebody's opening theory, but yes. Sleep deprivation is not fun. Yes, definitely not. Could be worse. It could be more sleep deprived. It could have been 3 days in a row with 3 hours sleep. Not 3 hours, 3 hours, and then 5 hours. At least I caught up a few hours. Hopefully tonight it'll be 7 hours. Then I'll be crushing these 400s tomorrow. All right, that's that. Not much else to say about this game unless anybody has any questions. I think it's probably relatively explained at this point. It's funny how the accuracies are. It's like measures like 95.9, 1150. That's pretty harsh. Let me continue on marching forth.